Good morning. It's Monday, so it's time for some book talks. Everything I read last week was on a Kindle, and some of them are books that weren't quite out yet, and so they don't have great covers. So I'm going to show you instead my Goodreads list that has the covers, but it'll be a little harder to see, so I apologize for that. But the first book I want to talk about is Perfect on Paper. And so this is a book about a girl in high school. Her mom works at the high school, so she's at the high school more than a typical high school kid. Like you know teachers' kids, right? Like they're always here because their parents are always here. And so she starts this kind of interesting side business where people put letters in a locker and she pulls them out once a week, twice a week, and she responds. So it's like a Dear Abby thing, which is way too old for you all to know, but it's like an advice column. They pay her $10, and if it all works out, she keeps the $10. If her advice does not pan out, she evaluates the situation herself and then returns the $10 into their locker. She's only had to make 3 refunds the whole time. She's very proud of herself. But of course, in the world of YA, how could she get away with it for long? And so, of course, someone finds out and sort of uses that knowledge to get what they need. It was a really good book. I really liked it. There were some real questions and answers that made a lot of sense. There was some good advice, and there was a lot of, like, personal growth is maybe a stretch, but there was a lot of what does it mean for this girl in particular to be bi? What does it mean to be queer? Are there rules? Am I breaking them? What happens if I date someone of a different gender? Do I get kicked out? I really did enjoy all the things that I learned. I love the chemistry between her and the other main character. I really enjoyed it. We will probably have it eventually. It's just, it hasn't quite been published yet. So the next book I read was Camino Island by John Grisham. We have other John Grisham books. We probably don't have this one or the one I'm going to talk about next, which is the sequel. But if you like very long, multiple people plot lines about court cases or mostly court cases about the stuff we have in the library. But this particular book followed a heist. I'm always up for a good heist. So these guys steal Fitzgerald manuscripts from the college that he has left them to in his will. And of course, priceless first edition manuscripts of when he actually wrote The Great Gatsby and his other books are going to go for a lot of money. So it follows from the heist to the hunt to what would have been the capture, but in John Grisham, sometimes the good guy is not the guy you expect to be the good guy. So I really enjoyed Camino Island, despite the fact that I listened to it as an audiobook, which is way less fun for me, but I liked the story. So I followed it up with Camino Wins, which is set on the same island in the same bookstore as the first one. But this one, the setup is there's a big hurricane that's hitting the island. Camino Island is and northeast of Florida, so it's on the Atlantic coast, and there's a hurricane coming, which happens at the very beginning. The hurricane's really right at the front. And this one, the mystery we're trying to solve is not missing manuscripts, it's murder. I did enjoy it. I read it very quickly. It was a really good book. John Grisham is a great writer, so again, if you're interested in sort of complicated legal dramas, he's the guy for you. The next book I read was Layla by Colleen Hoover. We will be getting this book. Colleen Hoover is a, big checkout here at the library. She mostly writes romance, but we do have a mystery of hers and a contemporary of hers. So if straight on romance is not your thing, she does write some other things, including this one, which is romantic, but is also a ghost story. So that was kind of interesting. And there was a big plot twist, and I was like, whew, that's great. I was not expecting it. I thought it was just going to be a ghost romance story and we would be done. I liked it. I really enjoyed. I like most of what Colleen Hoover writes. So, another book by Colleen Hoover, Too Late. This one is about a girl in college and her domineering drug-dealing boyfriend and the undercover cop. It sets itself up pretty easy. We actually have a couple of books in our romance section already that have the a very similar premise to this. And so if that plot line sounds intriguing to you, come see me and I can point you in the right direction for that book as well. And then the book I've literally read this weekend is it was just so cute. It's His Holiday Crush. And it's very Hallmark movie-ish if Hallmark movie had two guys as the main character. There was plenty of snow, there's plenty of hometown angst, and there was plenty of happy endings, which is how I love a book to end happily. At Christmas with snow. Yeah, like, it was win-win-win for me. So I really enjoyed it. We do have a lot of other Christmas books that I have not covered this year, so if you're looking for some holiday romance, come see us, especially before the holidays. If you need to stock up on some books for that 2 weeks you're going to have off, come see us. We would love to check some books out for you, okay? Talk to you guys after New Year's.